Hey sweetie pies, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time stopping by, don't forget to smash the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to get your brows done, honey. First thing you want to do is to go in with a wet wipe, and you want to use this to wipe off all the excess oils under your brow hairs. This helps your brows to stay in place all day, literally. I'm going in with this brow pencil from Wet n Wild, and I got this from Walmart. I literally bought this pencil for less than $2, guys. You don't need to spend so much money on your brows. Honestly, it's not necessary. The next thing I did was to go directly below my brows. As you can see, I'm following the exact arc of my brow, and I'm using really light strokes to go in, and then you just keep building in, and then you want to do that till you get to the end of your brow. Now if your brow doesn't have a defined shape, I mean, you can still work things out. If you want me to do a brow tutorial where your brows don't have like a defined shape, please let me know. Anyways, I'm going in on the top of my brows. As you can see, I missed the front part of my brows intentionally. That's because you really don't want to get too much product in front of your brows. Now I'm going to be brushing my hairs forward, and that's to expose all the empty spaces you have at the back of your brows. Okay, now you want to go back with the brow pencil and just fill in the gaps, fill them in with light strokes as well. You don't want to go too heavy because I mean, this is a creamy brow pencil. You don't want your brows to look like they're stuck down. I don't know, like, you want them to look as natural as possible, and you don't need to be too clean at this point with your brows. Now you want to go back with the spoolie and just brush in the product into your hairs, and then take that excess product on the brush to add some color to the front of your brows. That's the only time I used any product in front of my brows, guys. Don't use anything in front of your brows. Now you want to go in with the Age Rewind concealer. It doesn't have to be this concealer, but this is the perfect one I found for my brows, and this is in the color caramel, and I'm using this really tiny brush. You want to go in with the smallest brush, and it has to be really flat, very flat, and you want to pick up very little product on that brow brush, and you want to use that to trace with light strokes as well, directly below your brow. I don't know how slow I can explain this or how slow you need to go with this, but at the ends of your brows you need to be very precise. That's what actually gives your brows that beautiful shape. Okay, now this concealer is really good because it does a lot of coverage, like as you can see. Now I didn't add any more product to the brush, so I just went ahead with the remaining product on the brush to clean up the front of my brow. The front of your brows actually make a whole difference because if you have so much product in front, it's just going to look like you stamped your brows. Anyways, you want to keep blending everything in, and then wipe your brow because you're going to use it for the top of your brows. Now I'm going in with this brush. This is kind of like a buffer brush or buffing brush, I don't know what it's called, but I'm using that to blend the concealer perfectly. Now if you do make any mistakes like I did at this point, because I kind of brushed into the brows itself, you can go ahead and fill it out again and clean it again with very little concealer. As you can see, this helps it to just stay crisp and yummy. Now I'm going in with my foundation. Now I'm not actually using my foundation only. I'm going to be mixing it up with that concealer because you don't want to use your foundation color because you want a gradient effect on your brows. I don't know how to explain this, but just make it a bit lighter than your actual foundation shade, and go above your brows again. The same thing I did below my brows, just going with really short strokes. But for the top of your brows, you actually want to place the concealer not too close to your brows first, then go ahead and build it closer to your brow, and keep dragging it backwards or down, and then just do you. But at this point I kind of made a mistake. As you can see, you can use a table to support your hand at if you're just a beginner, just use a table, place your elbow on the table and make sure you're controlling things. And then you want to go back with that same brush that I used to buff everything out before, and you want to do this to the top of your brows again. And that's pretty much it at this point. Actually, it's not. You want to do that in front of your brows as well, just to create some gradient effect again. As you can see, my brows, I felt like my brows were really still dark in front because I have so many hairs. in front as well. So I just went ahead with some concealer to clean that up, and then, you know, use your spoolie, use your concealer, do what you want to do. Now, to create a more gradient effect, I went into my foundation and I just went to the front of my brows because it was a bit bright. So you just want to have a gradient effect with the concealer as well. That actually creates a really natural looking brow. And then you just want to, you know, put some more concealer on your eyelid if you're doing any eye makeup look or anything, just to, you know, make everything look very crisp and clean. I felt like the concealer was just too much, so I used my wipes to wipe off the excess concealer. Now I'm going back with a spoolie and I'm going to be using that and my concealer to go in front of my brows, and that just does the magic. Literally, my brows look more perfect after this, and that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, sweetie pies, for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to leave a comment. I love you guys. Mwah.